As just an English tourist on holiday, I had a man ask me for money, and he was what I was told from the shop owner, an illegal immigrant. And see this bruise here?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That happened with him?
Yeah, because he was asking me for money, and I refused.
No.
Just all my good friends out here.
Yeah?
Can
I be your friend?
These are all good people out here.
Can I be your friend?
Sure.
Awesome. So I have a quick question for you. Do you have any issues with the current administration's stance on illegal immigration?
Well, I'm here, so certainly I do.
Okay. Why don't you agree with the current stance?
Oh, it's just wrong. It's wrong. Our country has always been about immigrants. So, except for the indigenous people who we came here and we took their land away, everybody's always come here. So, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. I look at my city here. I look at New York City. New York City would not be New York City but for immigrants. It would not exist. So, that's the short answer. And so many people don't get it. They bow down to money. They bow down to racism. They bow down to attacking people, blaming people for everything. And instead of coming out like this, all these groups, these are all good people. We're all about humanity.
So what specifically about the administration's immigration policies do you have a problem with?
Oh. And from the get-go.
Yeah, just all of it.
Yeah, Adams from the get-go. Years ago when he came in, he was cutting funds about everybody. He was complaining no money, throwing money into the police, into restricting people. He's a longtime law enforcement officer. So
Trump is?
My question, Adams.
Oh, okay.
So, why isn't he being a man and standing up to the law and being accountable?
Yeah. So what do you
for what he's done? So.
Yeah. So what do you think about illegal immigrants who come into this country without any documents? They don't pay to come in, and then they commit a crime like rape, murder. They steal something. Do you think that they should have the right to be in this country, or would you support them being detained and maybe even deported?
Well, when you speak of rape, murder, etc., look at our country. Look at our gun laws. Look at how many gun laws have killed innocent children in this country, and our lawmakers still continue to allow guns to kill children and people in our country.
Do guns kill people, or do people kill people?
The fact being that you point to immigrants and you say lawlessness.
Well, I didn't say that, but guns are inanimate objects. It takes a human being to actually kill someone with a gun. But I have a question for you. Do you know who this woman is right here? On the right?
I can't recognize her. I don't know.
Okay. So her name is Laken Riley. She was a young girl, and on the left is Jose Ibarra, an illegal immigrant from Venezuela, and he hunted Laken Riley down on her campus, brutally murdered her by bashing her head in with a rock. She fought for her life for 17 minutes, and then he attempted to rape her. Would you condemn his actions and say that somebody like that does not deserve to be in this country?
Yes, as a human being. Yes, as a human being.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Trump administration introduced the Laken Riley Act, which stated, so they named it after her, stated that any illegal immigrant that comes here and commits a crime, such as the ones that I mentioned, would be detained. So it sounds like you would agree with that, right? So you would agree with Trump's opinions on how we deal with people that do that, because these are not people, these are monsters.
I've heard of the Laken Riley Act, and I think there's certainly aspects of it which go to law, but I'm not fully on board with it. I'm not fully on board with this administration and this.
I have issues with it as well.
Who are ramming everything down people's throats. They're not having a just conversation about things, about the right things to do, the right way to go about things, the right way to protect people. because they do not care about going forth in a lawful way, where everybody can have an opinion. Things can be passed in a way to protect everybody and to cover everybody.
Doesn't this protect people?
I'm 75 years old. Okay, I've seen a lot in this country. I've seen a lot that's been done in this country in the name of our country. The Iraq War, the Afghan War, Vietnam War, and so we have a long history of not looking at facts, looking at truth. Everything right now speaks to that, speaks to the truth, speaks to what is to be done for the good of everyone, for the good of everybody.
Yeah, but don't you think that when somebody comes into... you don't need to touch me. When somebody comes into the country and commits a crime like this, I don't care about their opinions anymore. They've lost their rights.
Yeah.
Rapists shouldn't have rights, right? Should rapists have rights?
No.
Okay, so then you agree with Trump's stance on that then?
Well, I agree with the fact that if someone commits any kind of heinous crime. Now go back to it again about guns. I mean, suddenly
let's stay on topic. If he wasn't in the country, he wouldn't have been able to kill Laken Riley.
You seem to be okay with weapons.
Because as a woman, I deserve to choose what I want to protect myself with. Because you know what? A rapist or a murderer is going to have a gun because criminals don't follow laws.
But the thing is, if you check out Mexico, take a look at Mexico. The Mexican president has talking about guns coming into her country, about the cartels. 75% of those guns going to Mexico are made in this country and are shipped to Mexico.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
Mexico.
with people having guns. It's the people
That's Mexico.
that are using the
That's
guns.
Mexico, which is the Gulf of Mexico.
There should be gun safety laws. Absolutely. You should be able to own a gun only if you know how to use one. That's what I believe.
You know, I'm not here to debate you. I'm here to support, get Eric Adams out. That's been the reason I've been here. So I'm not sure exactly what your issue is with this.
Well, I just told you because I'm seeing here that the questions that I've asked you, you actually agree with Trump's stance on this.
I accept aspects of it. I do not expect.
What about it do you not like?
I do not accept him. I do not accept him and his policies and his agenda.
What is his agenda?
His agenda is against all of us.
No, it's not.
It is against all of us.
No, it's not. He's America first.
Oh, he's America first?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's why he doesn't want people like this in the country. People like this don't deserve to be in the country.
America is immigrants. I go back to what
My husband is an immigrant. I don't have anything wrong with immigrants. It's when you come into this country illegally, you don't pay the thousands of dollars that my husband paid to get in here. Don't touch me.
America is about immigrants. It's about
everybody that comes here legally. Those are the people who should get rights.
Yeah. Here.
See what they do? They turn their back on the actual issue. And I just need your support for me to keep coming out here every day, exposing the radical leftism, exposing their hypocrisy, because this is the reality of what we are dealing with. People care more about being politically correct than caring about people like Laken Riley, who were needlessly murdered at the hands of the Biden administration. What a shame. Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm English, British, etc.
Awesome. Love the English.
Like he was saying, America are immigrants. We're all immigrants. The whole world are immigrants because everyone
I'm not an immigrant. I didn't immigrate here.
Yeah,
I was born here.
Yeah, I believe you as an American, and me myself was British. But if you talk about immigration, like originally I'm probably French. I'm probably
illegal immigration is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we have the same problem in the UK as well.
Oh yeah, I've seen what's happening in Europe, and it's really, really sad. And it's because of people like the Biden administration over here that just wanted open borders, wanted to let anyone without vetting them. So you agree?
I agree 100%. Illegal immigration is 100% needs to be stopped fully. Immigration, like if you've got a skill, or if you just want to immigrate, but want for a better life, say I want to immigrate to the United States one day, haven't got it. I've got no plans in the future, but I don't see any problem with that. But just opening the borders and letting everyone, because in the UK, like they get, I've heard like stories and things about about health treatment before the actual citizens, and I really I don't know if it's done on purpose to cause a rally or something, but
Yeah. Do you want to know why they treat these illegal immigrants so well when they come here? It's because over 60% of the time, maybe some of you guys don't know this, over 60% of the time, first-time immigrant voters vote Democrat. It's about votes. It's about power. It's not about caring about people.
that's why Labour got in the UK,
Yeah.
because they are basically they wanted to increase immigration before the Conservatives lost the election, and it's the same thing. I imagine in the Biden administration it looked, and it was the same with. I'm not for or against Ukraine or anything like that, but like all the throwing the money at Ukraine where they could be throwing it towards American citizens. I thought.
Yes, exactly. Like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm trying to say. Do you know who this woman is in the photo?
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, so this woman's name was Laken Riley, and she was a young student going to Georgia University on a University of Georgia's campus. And on the left here, this is Jose Ibarra, so everybody can see. And he's an illegal immigrant from Venezuela. Yeah. He brutally murdered her. You want to know how? He bashed her head in with a rock. She fought for her life for 17 minutes. It was tracked on her Garmin as she was out for her daily run. And he now gets to spend the rest of his life in an American prison, eating 3 meals a day, getting showers. What would you say to her family? And what would you say to the people who are responsible for this? Which is the Biden administration is responsible.
They're responsible for this, and he should be, death penalty, whatever, it was, but also for letting him in, they're responsible for his murder.
Yeah. Because if he wasn't let in, Laken Riley, she would be a nurse. She would have been chasing her dreams like she deserved to, but no. Now she's gone forever.
Well, shall I tell you something funny? And it's as just an English tourist on holiday. I had a man ask me for money, and he was what I was told from the shop owner, an illegal immigrant. And see this bruise here?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That happened with him?
Yeah, because he was asking me for money, and I refused
No.
on Times Square. Yes.
Did you report it?
Oh, yeah, he got arrested.
Okay. We're literally hearing this right now. This is literal proof. So people that are here in this country that come here illegally, a lot of them do not have respect. He was asked by an illegal immigrant for money, and he said no, and the guy literally assaulted him and gave him this black eye.
Look, I'm just.
Can't even make this up.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was, to be honest, luckily I boxed for 15 years, so I managed to hit him back.
Good.
But all the police cared about, actually, the police didn't really care about finding him. And I was saying, look, this guy, he's there, and then he walked off, and I said, I can show you where he is. Is that.
Yeah.
And they did not care about finding him at all.
Yeah.
And that's what
The majority of the police in New York, this is something I've noticed consistently when I have got assaulted, when I have had people spit at me at college campuses, the police don't do anything. That's just pathetic. I'm so sorry that you had that experience.
It's because I wanted to go out and, so I didn't go out on the night because, my face was all bruised. I had to go and spend $60.
Oh my gosh, you should go to Sephora!
You see, obviously I'm a man. I've never worn makeup before.
Next time, go to a drugstore like a Walgreens. Don't want to spend too much. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. But that was he was an illegal immigrant, yes, and he assaulted me for not giving him money.
Yeah. So thanks to Biden's open border policies, Laken Riley is dead, and now my friend, what's your name? Harry here has been assaulted. Both things which could have been easily avoided, but
I would have. If he had not been let in the country, I would be just. I wouldn't have a black eye.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had to go to Sephora and spend $60 on makeup.
I've never worn makeup in my life, so I was like, I went over to Brooklyn. I thought it might be cheaper over there.
My goodness. Well, what you need to do now is you need to go get some pepper spray, maybe some, just some boxing gloves or something to walk around, because New York is dangerous, y'all. Nobody is safe.
Well, I think I'm fine with that, but it's just like you say, I wouldn't say. It pissed me off because he was
angry.
Because he was an illegal immigrant, and how dare he hit me for no? Why should I give him my money?
No.